Hey everyone, what's up? It is Taylor on a Wednesday night. Welcome to the ATYL live show. Joining me, of course, is Adam Lucas. Ben Branscombe, Buddy Pooley will be joining us momentarily, but good to see you all as you tune in, and happy 2026 NASCAR season, because of course we had the clash, but we officially have the points paying season underway. We just got done with the Daytona 500. Lots to talk about around that, of course, lots to preview for the upcoming race at, I'm going to say the right word, EchoPark Speedway. I'm sorry, you guys. So sorry. I had to do the right thing. But Ben, Adam, how are you guys? How we doing?
Hey, man.
Good. Doing good.
Halfway
Just got back
through
from
the
a
week.
2-mile run. Yeah. Back at it.
Halfway through the week. It's a great week so far. On vacation. Can't complain.
Oh, vacation.
Yes, vacation. No school for a week. It's beautiful.
Wow.
We are having our spring intercession.
That feels
We
early.
shifted to that kind of a schedule with our school district, where in the fall we have a week off in mid-October, and then we have one in mid-February. So, hey, I'm not complaining. I'm cool with it.
I'll take
Works
it.
for me.
I was gonna say that sounds lovely. Speaking of lovely, Buddy Pooley joining the show. Buddy,
I think we got it figured out.
this is beautiful. Yes, technology works. This is
Technology is crazy. How's everybody doing?
Doing great. Doing
Right.
great. What was also great in the festivities of Segways was Daytona. I'm a little biased because I was there at the track and I had a damn good time. Not gonna lie here, but I would say across the board. Of course, this week winning Chandler Smith in truck, we had Austin Hill dominating the O'Reilly race, winning that one, and then in Cup, we have Tyler Reddick winning the Daytona 500. I want to start off by talking about the truck race at a very high level here. Obviously, we have some big names that are in that race, that were in that race. Some of them, unfortunately, did not finish said race, but we had, of course, Cletus McFarland, Tony Stewart. There was a lot of noise made about Frankie Muniz. He's going to be a regular this season, racing for a title. I say that lightly because I don't know how this equipment's going to do, and that's fine. And then, of course, Travis Pastrana. But any thoughts on the truck race here? Of course, Chandler Smith getting that win. Big names, Tony being back. Any takeaways from truck that we want to talk about? I'm going to throw it to Ben first.
I think I'm going to be honest. I was kind of disappointed with this truck race.
Really?
Like we talked about, not in a bad way, but I feel like when we talked about it last week, when it was me, Adam, and Dom, like I had really high expectations that this was going to be like super, like, I don't know, just something more. And it it didn't hit that. It was still good. Do not get me wrong. It was still a good race. And I would argue even a great race, but it wasn't like certified hood classic, like I said it would be. And I'm kind of disappointed in that. I thought it was fine. Like it was what you would expect for a Daytona truck race. It was really cool to see guys like Tony Stewart be back out there, Travis Pastrana. I felt bad for Cletus again because he just feels like he can't get, feels like he can't catch a break. So, but overall, solid truck race, I would say.
The disappointment for the truck race, was it just the product for you, or did you feel like the race itself just wasn't like as enticing as you would hope?
I don't think it was as enticing as I'd hoped it would have been. And that's a me thing. I acknowledge that. That's my opinion. But yeah, just like, it was still a good race. It was a fun Friday night to watch. And I had really, like, it was fun to be a part of and witness, but it just, I don't know, it didn't hit the goals that I had for it in my head. So
that's fair. I mean, something else that's mentioned in our comment section here, Ravaging Wolverine says the interesting names got taken out early. I know for a lot of people that might have lessened the intrigue for sure. Buddy, shaking your head. Yeah.
Yeah, the aura of the race got sucked out pretty early. I thought it was still, I liked the fact that they didn't just crash each other the entire night like we had seen in some truck races past. So I thought it was a pretty respectable showing in that aspect. But yeah, as far as the hype that was behind it and the big names, it was a little disappointing to see those guys get taken out early. But I mean, that's racing.
That is racing. In super speedway racing too. I mean, you're going to see some guys, unfortunately, get the short end of the stick there. But overall, even to like Adam, I felt the racing overall for Daytona was pretty like respectful for overall. Like you didn't see anyone making any like blatantly like crazy moves. I don't feel.
I'm going to go back to something I think I said on our season preview show. I think you're going to see guys are more concerned and hyper-focused and more aware of those points nonstop, where you don't have to make a drastic move to do the win and in. It's more like, all right, you know what? Maybe a 7th place finish isn't so bad. Maybe, an 11th. It's not top 10. I'd love to have it, but the points, they're okay. I feel like everybody was a little more focused on that this weekend. And honestly, the product was great. Sometimes having a non-crash filled event is the best kind of event. That's going to turn some people away, but in my opinion, I think that should bring more fans in just to, see, okay, maybe these guys really are the best in the world. So, yeah, I totally agree with you. I believe this past weekend was probably some of the best super speedway racing with driver etiquette that we've seen in seasons.
Yeah, I think the other thing you pointed out as well, of course, with this new point system we have with the chase, drivers are more like, I have to come home with a clean car. There or truck in this case. There is so much on the line with points, and if you start off the season digging yourself a hole, of course we have EchoPark Speedway coming up this weekend, so there's more of a chance for calamity. I think these teams are probably a little on edge with 2 super speedway type of races back to back. But I definitely think a lot of these teams and these drivers came in with a different mindset of the points. We have to get points. There is no more winning you're in, etc. I want to move on to the O'Reilly race because I quite honestly, maybe not the messiest race of the weekend because I felt Cup for some odd reason was just like a lot. But in terms of like drama, I should say, for this race, there was a lot to come out of it. Ben, I see you smirking a little bit. Do you want to kick us off a little bit?
Sure. Yeah. I just love the fact that we it's very, you guys remember that scene from SpongeBob where he's talking to, I can't remember the exact thing. It's Plankton's telling him, he's like, you see that he tells SpongeBob, I think it's like, he took that thing from me. Now go take it. Or no, you tell him you can have it. And he goes, you can have it. And like that, I'm doing a really bad job of butchering the reference. I know.
I got you though. I got you.
Like that scene. That's how it felt with Austin Hill. And it was like, oh, I remember it now. It was like, you see that guy? And they let him have it. And they go, you can have it. And they let Austin Hill just have the win again. Like,
yeah, I would say this weekend was, for O'Reilly, it was predictable. I mean, he got the pole for the race. It was a 1-2 for RCR. Of course, Kyle Busch got the pole for the Daytona 500, which was huge. I forget that people like Kyle Busch now, and I'm not gonna lie. hearing cheers, because people used to just be like, "Ew, Kyle Busch, like Toyota, gross." But like the cheers I heard in the stands when he won the pole, I was like, "Wow, like this is cool!" And it was such a big pole position, of course, for RCR, and then of course they get the O'Reilly pole, and then Austin Hill with no surprise wins it. There was a stat on X, or aka Twitter, that I need to find again, but someone made a graph of like the people who were super good at super speedway racing, like the percentages of like their wins. And Austin Hill is at the top of that list. He's on top of the list over, I think it was Tony Stewart and Dale Earnhardt, and by a lot. And I was blown away because he wins these races all the time, but for me, it's not until like you see the numbers like as a visual where you're like, holy crap.
yeah.
Would you guys say best super speedway racer that NASCAR has had in the past so many years? No.
All right. Look, I'm going to be honest. The actual race for Austin Hill is always impressive. The finish is never that impressive because it's more of the field is succumbing to stupidity rather than him making some amazing move to win the race. Like it's like wrong. A dog catching a mail truck. Like they don't know what to do with it when they catch them, and it's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So
it's I don't know. I didn't think I'd get this far to make another SpongeBob reference for the night.
Yeah,
we've done it.
Yeah, that the win is their wallet, but they won't take their wallet.
It's insane
because it's not my wallet.
Yeah.
Regan Smith is up there. Wow.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Sleek and swift, baby.
Interesting stat.
So
Chad Little.
Not as different, I guess, from Tony Stewart. Just to correct myself and my memory of this graph, but if you're not following Daniel, who is mentioned on this post, who made this post, please do. He has some really great stats that will just blow your mind. It was cool that he compiled this after Austin Hill's win, but to your point, yeah, some of his wins aren't like flashy in super speedway races. It kind of comes at the misfortune or I'm just going to use the word misfortune of others sometimes. But
And,
it was, yeah, go ahead.
to point out too, Dale Earnhardt and Dale Jr., back when they were running the Xfinity series, they had 2, maybe 3 Xfinity series, O'Reilly series.
We're
They had
getting there.
maybe 2 or 3 super speedway
Plate
races.
tracks, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Austin Hill has 6.
Yeah. That's fair.
So I mean, you gotta put that, take that into account there. So I don't know.
That's fair.
Hi,
No, that's
Andrea.
fair.
I can't wait for us to not count EchoPark as a super speedway, and I feel like it's.
I can't wait to not call it
slowly but
EchoPark.
surely starting to disappear.
Well, you all know the meme that Ryan Blaney did where he's like, you can change the name, you can whatever.
Yeah.
That came back up this weekend, and I'm like, you're so right. Like, we're gonna call it Atlanta. It's just how it's gonna be, and that's okay.
Atlanta Super Speedway.
I'm curious for you all. Was there anything else with this race that we felt we wanted to talk about? Anything from the audience that they wanted us to talk about? Because there could be some other talking points from this one. I just don't know if we want to really get into it.
I'm gonna mute my mic.
Raging Wolverine wants to know, where do they hide the nitrous?
Oh, this is a great question.
It's in the roll bars.
Okay, yeah.
That's where
Over
they
in Gainesville, apparently.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Sorry, little sidebar. NHRA is currently doing their preseason testing at Gainesville as we, not as we speak. They're finished now, but yeah. Someone hit 340 already. So I think this season's going to be, I think Brittany's records may not be intact.
I am so excited for this NHRA season. You have no idea.
I was talking to one of our drag racing folks with ATYL, Miss Jordan Wick, today about that. And like, we both are like, hey, I'm hyped. Dude, let's go. Send me as many clips as you can get. Send me as many reels as you find. That's what we've been doing back and forth all day today. Is like, all right, we got to find all this.
And shout out to Brittany Force.
Coming.
A transcendent for women in motorsports. And I'll leave it at that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's leave it at that. I go live all the time on TikTok, on other platforms. I know some of us also have other shows. Watch Below the Yellow Line.
I did today for the first time.
Yeah, it's a great show. I mean, a little biased.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Honestly, the greatest show on this YouTube channel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here's
looking at you, kid.
But I know some of those hot topics might be covered on Below the Yellow Line.
No, we didn't touch that. No, we didn't touch that.
That's actually probably for the best. So we will move on from that. I did want to mention, though, before we move on to the Cup Series, I have to give a big shout out to Ram for their activation at Daytona. It was the weirdest and coolest and most bizarre at-track activation I've ever seen. They had axe throwing. I love me some axe throwing. I think that's so fun. They had, like, the mechanical bull riding. And I was like, hell yeah, bring that to the track. Like,
hell yeah.
Like, it was fun. Yeah, see, damn, NASCAR.
She read her NASCAR cue card.
Yeah, sorry, my NASCAR cue card's to the left of me, and it says "Say hell yeah." But no, it was really, really cool. The at-track experience for Daytona. If you guys have never gone to Daytona, even just the 500 itself, put that on your bucket list. It is so cool. Not every race is gonna be a banger at Daytona, but my goodness, just the time you will have there. And it's also a track. I mean, a lot of the other tracks that we go to, guys, right? There's nothing around it for miles. Daytona, you have Daytona 1 right across the street. You have plenty of stores around. There's a Raising Cane's right in front of the track, which I regret to inform you all I did not get to go to as an Ohioan who misses Raising Cane's. I know it was such a miss. It was such a miss on my part.
It's overrated. It's okay.
Oh, buddy. Wrong take. I respect the take, though.
That's fine.
But I had to just give a shout out to Ram, though, because that was really, really cool. Also, they have really good merchandise as well. I feel like I'm not trying to promote them, just hype them up a little too much, but their merchandise was great.
Fun fact, my Instagram profile picture is from when I was 10 years old. I'm wearing a Dodge bandana. I don't know if it was Dodge Ram or not, but it was a Dodge bandana. They've always had great activations, even back in the day. Like, I remember when they introduced the Dodge Avengers at Darlington in 2007, they had it to where as long as you showed a driver's license, you could, like, take a lap around and, like, burn it down in the little course they had set up in the parking lot.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Always making at-track activations bigger and better, and I respect that. Especially in a time where I feel like sometimes, at-track activations can be pretty minimal and stuff, and you would hope at Daytona, like, they'd be great, and luckily they all were. I will say there was also, like, a little 47 shop as well. I got this hat. This hat was from the pit shop, but I did get a 47 hat, and now I'm not seeing it, and then this shirt was 47 branded as well, and it's, like, such a fun shirt, so,
Nice.
I love that too. But I'll move on to Cup, as opposed to just talking about the fan zone. I'm a little obsessed with that right now. But for the Cup Series, last lap pass, Tyler Reddick wins the Daytona 500. My goodness, first off, a huge win for the sport. It is a new era for NASCAR. The lawsuit's done. It's settled. We're moving forward. There's a new point system. You go into this new season with high hopes and expectations, and you have Michael Jordan's team that he co-owns win it. I don't want to say like it couldn't have gone better for NASCAR's opening race, but I thought it was really cool just to see like Michael Jordan hoist the trophy in victory lane. I just thought that was really, really cool. But thoughts on the race itself, and even too, if you guys want to chime in, talking about Ben, if you want to talk about Jordan, the team winning, Tyler Reddick, how big this is for Reddick, whatever you want to do, we'll start off with where you want to start.
As our resident Tyler Reddick fan.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have the floor.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I haven't felt that much happiness since Bubba won the Brickyard, which I know wasn't that long ago, but I think I texted the group chat and said this, like, I've never had my guy win the Daytona 500. Like, the closest we got was 2017 Kurt Busch. And he wasn't really my main guy. It was Truex still at the time. So like having my guy pull it off was great. I think I've thought a lot about it in the past like 2 days, 3 days since we've been removed from it, of how cool it is to have Michael Jordan have a Daytona 500 championship and kind of how that crosses the boundaries of the sport and like gets out there of like, oh yeah, this is a thing and it is successful. Like I've heard a lot of chatter this week about like the whole guy gets into owning a race team thing that from another sport, like Troy Aikman's Hall of Fame Racing, and you can name others, the Money Team, and like the fact that it's been as successful as it is. And I think also just how successful it is for Tyler Reddick to have this after last season, and just how flat that they fell out of the gate and how they never could recuperate. I mean, Bubba obviously winning was awesome, but Reddick, especially in that 45 car, was kind of out to lunch some of the last year and just wasn't competitive enough to be in it. So just really cool for me to finally have a guy. I've already pre-ordered the diecast. Congratulations, Lionel. You have another customer out of me. But yeah, really, really great race. Honestly, overall, it was one of those that you could never tell who was going to win it. It felt like the cast of characters was constantly rotating. And I think that there's some interest in that for me, especially. Like, it felt like I texted in a group chat at one point. I was like, the 42 is really strong. Like, John Nemechek could finally do it this year. And then Hamlin kind of got up there, and then it just kind of was this revolving door. And it was just a really fun one for me personally. So
I think it was important that NASCAR had a good story come out of the Daytona 500 this year. I mean, we have so much momentum going on right now. And so just to keep that ball rolling was important. Like, and this isn't to diss anyone else, but if his teammate would have been able to make that 3-wide move work and get the win, it wouldn't be the same. We wouldn't be talking about the story the same. And that's just because it's good to have a weekly contender win the Daytona 500, because there's so many more eyes on the sport that we could maybe retain. And if they retain it and then see the guy that they first saw win continue to win on a weekly basis, it keeps that fan invested. And we've seen so many Daytona 500 winners in the past couple of years be one-hit wonders per se. And I think it was really important to have Reddick win, and then Jordan's just the icing on the cake, and Just Bell's at home, just feet up, just Red Baron salute. Like,
I mean, Buddy, to your point as well, I mean, you talk about how if it was a Riley Herbst, we wouldn't be talking about it the same way. Though it's still a driver at 2311 Racing, we wouldn't be talking about it the same. I think Tyler Reddick, too, as Ben, you had mentioned, he didn't have a great season last year. It was so uncharacteristic of him. You add on top of it, everything that happened with his family last year with his son, Rookie, and how big it was to not only have Rookie at the track, but to just celebrate this win with his entire family and with Michael Jordan. And so there was a lot to this story. I mean, Daytona has a way of making storylines work when it wants to. And I thought this was great. I mean, the other point I was going to say, Buddy, as well, was we talk about how we needed a good storyline. Yeah, if Willie and Byron won 3 in a row, that would have been cool. I mean, that would have been a storyline, right? But it wouldn't have had the same, I guess, star power. And I'm not saying that Willie and Byron is not a star. He will win a championship, probably multiple some days. Not going to lie. But when you have Michael Jordan involved and you have this emotional story with Tyler Reddick, like it made it for sure. But Adam, I mean, thoughts on Tyler Reddick winning this? Thoughts on the finish too? Because my God, what a what a sight that was.
Yeah, that was something. Honestly, let's talk about NASCAR not being trigger happy and pulling the yellow flag going into turn 1.
Hell yeah.
That gets a hell yeah.
Yes, that gets a big hell yeah. If this is the new NASCAR that we have been begging and pleading to see, where if it's the white flag, you're racing back to the line. If someone wrecks, big deal. It's I was happy about that. That was something that was really exciting because it capped off a section of the race that was kind of boring. The last stage was parade laps at 175 miles an hour. That was a big bummer for me in the race itself. And I had a discussion with a good friend of mine last night about that. He was mentioning, hey, if I was one of those guys, I would have short pitted, try to flip the strategy on everybody. And I thought it was an interesting take. Whereas, if you got enough cars to pit early, they could have easily just completely wiped out everyone else distance wise with being able to catch up to the pack and then being able to pass the pack because they didn't have to save fuel and they could be going 100% rather than 65% like everyone else was doing. So that was an interesting talking point and just a thought or theory of what could have been. But also just the intensity of the first 2 stages were intense.
Yes.
That is something we have not seen at a super speedway race since this whole fuel saving mode has become a hot button topic. So seeing that intensity also just kept me definitely engaged. It kept a lot of people engaged. Final stage, it was, till we pit. And then someone lit the candle and we were riding a rocket at that point.
Well, sorry.
No, you're good, buddy.
I think we're on the tail end of this fuel saving deal. And the reason I say that is because if you look at the first couple stages, guys were fighting the wheel. I mean, you noticed like in years past, we would run 2x2 and as tight as we could be down around the bottom of the racetrack. This year, if you notice, they were up at the top and there was 3/4 to a full car length between each of the cars. It's because the tires were actually wearing, the track is aging, and guys were having to fight it more and more. That's why those first couple stages, the guys just had to make it survive until the end of the stage. And then, then we rode in stage 3, but pretty soon it's going to be worth it. And I think even if the cautions fall at the right time, some guys get ballsy enough to say, screw it, I'm going to put tires on. And I think that it would have been a difference maker. And I think the first person who does that, whether it be in August this year and the 500 next year, that realizes like, oh man, this could be a real benefit. I think this fuel savings out the window because it's just now you're going to want tires. You're going to want to be able to have the maneuverability to get through the pack. And so I thought it was a fun race. I thoroughly enjoyed it. By far the best of the next gen era.
I'll add one more little tidbit while I have the floor. With Michael Jordan being able to win, that is a global win for NASCAR.
Yeah.
Had it been Byron doing the three-peat, that would have been a NASCAR win for its current fan base.
Yeah. Same as
So,
I saw someone put in there if Brad had won with the broken leg. Cute, great story, but it wouldn't have transcended.
The pop we got from having a international superstar winning, that right there in itself, and that's going to put butts in seats right there, or at least eyeballs on televisions.
Yeah.
I mean, I think about tracks like that the 2311 drivers are good at, and the ones that you typically see Michael at. I mean, of course, being a Carolina native, for him, I mean, he's typically always at Darlington. He's going to be at your Charlotte races. He's going to be, and I'm like, man, Reddick almost won Darlington last year in the spring. Was very close to it. I'm like, I wonder if Michael's going to show up there. And so, it is a really big win, especially just because like Adam, you said, it is global. When it comes to the fuel saving, if you guys listen to the Teardown, Jordan Bianchi, Jeff Gluck, I know this is something that industry insiders have been talking to NASCAR about. Like, are you aware this is an issue? The fuel saving, like, what are we doing? I want to be clear. Fuel saving is not new. We've talked about this before. It is not new. It's happened for years. Yeah. It is just to a level where it feels more egregious than it ever has been. According to the episode of the Teardown, NASCAR is aware of this. They're aware of the egregious fuel saving issues, and they're trying to figure out ways to make it less egregious. Now, what that looks like, we don't know. I've heard from Sirius XM NASCAR radio this week that they're like, maybe people are wanting to add another stage. Some people are saying maybe there should be a minimum speed requirement. And the solutions aren't great across the board.
Those are horrible.
They're horrible. I mean,
I'm gonna be honest with you. Those are two of the worst suggestions I've heard from.
Yeah, Ben.
I'm in a minority group here, and I know it, and I don't care to be. I don't mind it. I don't mind like, because it's, if we even rewind, like I've been on a 2008 rewatch recently of the season and watching the 500. Like, they do a train. They all get up on the high line. They're going to train.
Exactly.
And they did that for however many laps they did that for to save fuel. Like, this is nothing new, and you can't. It doesn't matter what thing NASCAR creates. You have engineers with degrees that are smarter than I could ever think about being, who are going to find a way around it, because that's what they're paid to do. Unless you look at every team and say, that engineer you've hired, you're not having them on staff anymore, which I think is ethically wrong. Like, it's not going to change. It's not going to change here, and it's not going to change at Talladega, and it's not going to change at EchoPark, and it's not going to change anywhere. Like, it's just, like, I don't care. Like, I don't care that they're like, I have more of a problem with the fact that all the Toyotas were like, let's just block. I have more problem with that than I do running 175 miles an hour and saving fuel. Like, but that's just me.
I want to pull up data on that, buddy, while you talk too. But I screenshotted the throttle for the Toyotas that were leading at the time. It was Bubba, Christopher Bell, and then you have Riley Hurst that was leading. And the data was just crazy looking at their throttle. I mean, they were like 40%. Let me see. There we go. It was like on 40%. And that's where I'm like, they're leading the field. My God. It felt like it was like just blocking. It was crazy.
I think really the only way we're gonna get this, until we get to a point to where, like I've said earlier, the guys have to drive it a little bit more and get them spread out, and then we don't worry about it. I think maybe the best solution would be, maybe we take 10 laps, 5 laps from each of the first 2 stages and add it to the last stage. That way your run to the finish is a little bit longer. That's really, if that way, I guess your stint of fuel saving changes maybe the same, but you have more good racing on the back end. But that's not fixing the problem. That's more or less just maybe giving us more of the actual, hard racing. Because I mean, it did kind of bum me out that, the bulk of the last stage, we got down to 15 laps to go, and that's all we got. That was the run to the finish. Whereas now, if we did that, maybe we get 20, 25, 30 laps to run to the finish, and maybe, that's better than what we have. But it's you can't put the genie back in the bottle.
Yeah.
I want to see here. Dom Joseph. I wanted to see, because I was asked this question as Dom Joseph joins us now. I was asked this question on a live stream where somebody was like, would you rather have like the 3-wide pack racing where there's just fuel saving, whatever? Would you rather have just like the train, like the racing there? Dom, do you have a preference?
Well, it's hard to say because like I get it 100%. Like Daytona 500s of the past, yeah, there was no fuel saving, but Brad Keselowski would lead 187 of 200 laps just because he happened to be the leader when the train started. It's not because he got there by passing a bunch of cars. But at least with the 3-wide racing, to the new fan, even though they're not going as fast, like, man, they're all over each other. They're so close to each other. This is such good racing. But to us, as the avid race fan, we're sitting here pounding the table like they're not even going 80% throttle. But I was listening to the Dale Jr. download today, and he made good points on what he thought could be good fixes for the car. And obviously the one problem with the next gen car is how draggy it is. Justin Allgaier would get the lead and be at 100% throttle and still couldn't get away from the pack. That's just how much drag these next gen car produces. So even if you are the leader, you still can't save fuel. That's why the Toyotas were backing the field up so much, because they were trying to keep up with the rest. And they knew even if they were 100% throttled, they weren't going to run away with it like Stuart Haas did at Talladega a few years back.
Right.
But the one thing that he suggested, maybe like as a starting point, taking spoiler away from the car, just make them harder to drive. Obviously, the easy fix is make the cars harder to drive. But again, that can also pair into, okay, well, then they just go right back to single file racing.
Right.
So it's so hard to say. And it's sad because I know, like, yeah, man, they weren't really even trying out there, but like that was the best Daytona 500 we've had in years. Yeah. So it's hard to nitpick it.
I will say across the board, though, Adam hinted towards this, but I appreciated the calls that NASCAR did and or did not make. If we're looking at positives of the racing this weekend, Denny Hamlin talked in the post-race press conference following Daytona that he felt, obviously, I know this, not pulling the caution helped his driver, so putting that there to preface this as well, but he didn't feel like he was in any danger. When with the caution not coming out, he felt the cars were out of the way, that were involved in wrecks. You ask someone like Carson Hocevar, like we did post race on on pit road, and he was candid. He goes, "Well, it would have helped me if the caution was pulled." So I don't know what to say, but it depends on who you ask. But I will say I thought the calls were pretty good in that regard. I will also say it was great to not see any cars flip this time around. So just even props to NASCAR for, having these cars be safe, these drivers be good. There were no flips. So that was also a very pleasant thing to see this weekend as well. Everyone was safe. So.
Yeah, all across the board. Even ARCA's race was clean.
Yeah, the ARCA race was overall clean too. There were some big wrecks in that one.
I mean, if you want to call clean Gio Ruggiero just junking Jake Finch on the backstretch, then sure, yeah, clean.
Well, more I guess compared to last year.
Yeah.
compared
to last year,
a relative term.
More orderly.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to watch a Chevy Dodge hybrid race, the ARCA 200, so I'm pretty hyped about that.
Go to sleep thinking about it.
Oh my God.
What a vibe.
What a vibe.
Yeah.
I do want to say too, as we're pointing this out, Hocevar had a race weekend that seemed to pick up right where he left off, talking about just Carson Hocevar gets so close, then, things fall apart at the end, or maybe ruffle some feathers. I don't know. Okay, show of hands, and then for our audio listeners, I'll make sure to do a tally here. How many of us in this stream feel like Carson Hocevar will win this year? Show of hands. Okay, so that's
Everyone.
all of us. All 5 of us do believe that Carson Hocevar will win. I think a lot of us thought that might be the 500 when we started to go down to the final turns. Obviously, did not happen. But
at no point did I.
No.
Really?
No, I didn't.
He was. Yeah, he was driving. I mean, a dart without feathers, if I've ever seen one.
Okay, that's fair.
Going into the final lap, my hope was that Eric Jones would junk him and Eric Jones would win the Daytona 500, and that obviously didn't happen.
I mean, it kind of.
It did. Just Eric
inadvertently, yeah.
Eric Jones was the
seeing ya.
soldier we needed in our darkest time.
For Hocevar, because he said he was like, it was like 30 seconds more, and I could have probably won it. And I'm like, yeah, not winning the biggest race of the year, like that sucks. That's gonna hurt. But I think to come out of the race though, being like, well, I kind of had a shot. I mean, Carson will win at some point this year. I will say, funny story about drivers who could have probably won it, especially if NASCAR threw the caution earlier, or I guess through the caution period, I should say. I had a Chase Elliott fan behind me on pit road, and I felt for this kid to the extreme because he was like, Chase Elliott's going to win the 500. Chase Elliott's going to win the 500. They come out of turn 4, and this guy goes, Chase Elliott just won the 500, and he starts to cry. And as soon as Chase Elliott gets turned on the front stretch, this guy drops to his knees behind me, and just like, I felt for him. I felt so bad. I have to share this because I'm like, there are a lot of passionate fans out there, especially really big Chase Elliott fans, and I felt for you all in that final few moments before calamity happened. But no, there was a lot of people coming down to the line where you're like, this person's gonna win it, and it just did not happen.
I doubt I was the only one here, but as soon as Hocevar spun and they showed the aerial shot, I shrugged my shoulders. I was like, Stenhouse really won another one.
No, that was my thought too.
Well, I was
lose my mind.
Dude, I was jumping up and down. I was like, they're gonna wait until Chase gets the lead and throw the caution. Watch. I was
that
there,
actually, I'm glad that they let him race back, but the precedent has been set now. That's the one thing. The precedent has now been set because it was across the board, all 3 series.
And let me say this too, for this weekend's race, another point that was brought up this weekend following it, of course, we have some new people or different people making the shots up in the tower during these races. There were 2 different people making the calls this week. And even though we had 2 different people making the calls of when to throw cautions, when not to, etc., it was consistent across the board. So I'm giving NASCAR some flowers for that because I appreciated the consistency, because I feel like last year we did a lot of flip-flopping. What we were mad about maybe in the truck race, we did something different in Xfinity at that time just to make up for it. And then we flip-flopped back in Cup, and it was just a lot. So I do appreciate the consistency. I did also want to mention this because I cannot believe we didn't talk about like the results for ARCA, but Bobby Earnhardt, I believe, top 10? Ryan Vargas, top 10?
Ryan Vargas.
Yeah.
Under the pod.
I know we're backtracking a little bit, but Cletus 11.
Ryan Vargas.
I just wanted to mention that because one, Cletus talked about racing against like an Earnhardt after the race, and I was like, that's kind of cool. Like, how fun. And he was super happy because he could have just been super dejected after the truck race, right? I mean, he absolutely was going to ARCA, but then hearing him also talk about how hard the trucks are. Obviously, ARCA to trucks different, I know. But I don't know. It was cool to hear him talk after the race. Cool to hear him talk about racing Bobby Earnhardt. But I also did want to give a shout out to ARCA because they, of course, like we already mentioned, did race this weekend. We already talked about them. But the top 10 was pretty cool. I thought that was neat. And then, shout out to Ryan Vargas, too, because that was awesome.
Hey, you know what? We totally missed, too.
Ooh,
NASCAR probably had their best weekend ever with moving up the 500 start time.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good point. Yep.
We got the entire showing, and you can attest to how much rain fell after the race was done.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was the first daylight finish since 2016.
Yes. Yeah. It was exactly how the weekend needed to go for NASCAR to get everything in without rain. Good calls in the tower. You had a win with a team co-owned by Michael Jordan. And I say that's a good thing for the sport because, again, like Adam mentioned, it puts NASCAR on a global scale. This was a fantastic weekend for NASCAR. Again, I can attest to this. I want to say like 30 minutes after the race ended is when we started to get some light sprinkles. And then like an hour afterwards, it was a torrential downpour. Everything was puddling up. So yeah, if we did not move the race up an hour, we would not have finished it. So really good call by NASCAR to do that. For me, this is I know it's only race 1, and maybe this week at EchoPark doesn't go as well. But at least it was a great start to the season across the board. Like, I don't know
It
about
was a
you
great
all.
Daytona.
It was a great Daytona, and I'm leaving this weekend feeling excited about 2026. And I don't know if a lot of us felt that way
Yeah.
going into last year.
No, I had a pretty sour taste in my mouth leaving Daytona.
I think the one big thing, this was noted in
Last year.
the
I don't know
download.
if that was clear.
Okay, so make it clear. But he had a sour taste in
Good
his mouth leaving
clarification.
Daytona
Good
last
clarification.
year.
Last
I
year.
was about to say, wow, he really didn't want Reddick to win. The one thing that was noted in the download that, like, I absolutely loved, it made me smile listening to it, was we got to look at the points again after the race.
Yeah.
Like, oh
Yeah,
my
that
gosh,
was
what do the
awesome.
points look like? So
That was
we are
so
It
cool.
mattered, which was so exciting.
And Adam left to go look at the points as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Adam got to look at those points.
That
What
was
do
weird.
the points
My
look
whole
like?
thing just went black.
Oh,
Am I back on?
You're
Yeah,
back.
You're back. Yeah,
Okay.
welcome back. Yeah, we thought you were going to look at the
Welcome
points.
we're so back.
let's pull up the points right now just to see, because again, the points
Because they matter.
matter again.
Points
This is
Hot off the
great.
press from Adam.
Nature is
Hot off
healing.
the press.
yeah,
Let's look at
Adam
those
just
points.
crunched these numbers.
And he's gone from the screen.
I was crunching a lot this weekend, boys and girls. Oh.
So, of course, your points are going to look kind of like how these drivers finish this race. But I also want to shout out Josh Berry, because according to NASCAR Insights, which, by the way, they're putting in the work. We appreciate NASCAR Insights. Josh Berry was the only driver in Speedweeks that was not involved in a wreck from the duels and or the
What a
500.
dog.
So coming home with a clean
He's
car.
about to
We
have
all
a
know
hell
Josh
of an
Berry.
Atlanta.
I was gonna say Atlanta is gonna jinx him so hard.
What if Zane Smith winning stage 1 is the points he needs to make the chase?
My God.
Well, dude,
Can you
I was
imagine?
so confused because I was sitting there looking at the date before they put the points. I was looking at all the standings and I was looking at all the points earned, and I was like, okay, that's where whoever's going to be. And then I got the points, and I was like, wait, how did I get
Yeah.
that so wrong? And I was like, the duels.
Yep. Yeah. And again, shout out to Zane Smith for winning a stage. And I will say, even last year, he was the best driver at Front Row Motorsports last year. Even towards the end of last year, maybe I should say. He was really consistent. I'm excited to see what he can do this year. I'm going to scroll down on the screen a little bit so y'all can see more of the point. Obviously, because Daytona did not go so well for certain people, you have someone like Ross Chastain that's like sitting, 23rd in points now. Ryan Preece, poor Ryan Preece, 24th in points.
Christopher Bell, 31st.
Connor Zealous, 34th.
Yeah, so it's a little rough for everybody. I know that wreck with Justin Allgaier, unfortunately, threw some people, it depends on who you ask. Justin Allgaier threw a late block on Denny Hamlin, or just there was a squeeze. I don't know. Everyone has their own interpretation of what happened. I don't get it. But
do we want to talk about
concern
the crash off of turn 4 with the 88 car?
Buddy, we know your opinion.
yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
We get it. It's fine. It's okay.
Can I say
We're good.
something though about what's might happen this weekend?
Sure.
Yeah, please.
If you are one of those teams that is in the bottom, I don't even know, 16 or 20 in points currently, and you have a bad weekend, as in you crash and you finish like last, you're going to have to be playing conservative mode probably for the next 2, 3, 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you fall behind early, it's going to be difficult to catch back up. I can speak to this on experience with my my fantasy football pick'em league that I run every fall. I fell behind within the first 3 weeks. I was 100 points out of first place. Somehow I miraculously came back and won the championship, but it took a lot of like conservative picks to get there.
It's
I feel for those teams. If you have a bum weekend this weekend, it's gonna be a chore.
It's an elevator. It's an elevator going down. It's a staircase going up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's
you can
actual.
get down, but getting back up, that's gonna be hard.
yeah.
Difficult.
I hate to say this because I know it's me and Buddy's guy, but if SVG doesn't perform this weekend, it's gonna be hard to get back up.
Yeah.
I was in a good mood, and
What's really crazy
but buddy, we have something that's on our side though this weekend. So Goodyear's got a new tire at Atlanta. Pardon me, Echo Park. This is a good track. It's going to be one of those type of races where you're going to have to be conservative with your tires. And we all know SVG is a freaking genie in a bottle when it comes to tire saving. So I think our advantage, I think we'll be okay as long as we don't get caught up in someone else's crap.
Stay away from the rookies.
Especially that 88.
I think what's crazy is,
stay away from the 88.
Before we move on, like, honestly, Adam, you might be able to help me out on this, but like, this is the first time in a very long time where, I mean, he just started his engine and won Rookie of the Year. I mean, what more can you say about Connor Zilic and how great a race car driver he is?
Crazy stuff.
Y'all think I hate this kid because he's good. He's fantastic. He's a great race car driver.
I'm having deja vu.
We saw 47. You're hearing it again, Ben. We saw, I swear, like 47 different features on this kid.
That's so true.
It's so true. And it's like, I get it. He's good. And then he goes out and, he made a rookie mistake. He made a rookie mistake.
I think he broke something. I think he broke traction.
Yeah.
Here's what I will say. I know he was not a rookie in the Cup Series, but this was his first year with a new team. Christopher Bell taking the 20 from Eric Jones. I was like, Eric Jones shouldn't have been booted. Like, Christopher Bell, like, doesn't deserve the seat in my brain, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, junks the field in the Daytona 500 that year. Then the next weekend, he wins the Daytona road course. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So
you're saying Zilic is winning Echo Park?
1,000%.
Lock it in.
Down. Lock it in.
It's a little different, though. That was... like I said, like you said, not a rookie. I mean, and I'm not trying, like I said, I'm not trying to bash the kid. He made a rookie mistake, but let's just not make excuses.
And I'll jump on the buddy bandwagon here. He's gonna love this. I mean, Christopher Bell had to beat Joey Logano on a road course to get his first win. That's not really saying much.
Yeah, it's not. No.
Okay.
I'm trying to build bridges, buddy.
I'm just trying to be real. That's all.
Man, the Joey Logano to oh no.
Oh, alien has struck down.
We're building bridges and we're tearing them apart.
I just got shot down trying to build a bridge.
If you're listening, Dom briefly exited the stream after trying to build a bridge.
There's two perfect cars in the case just for you, buddy.
Wow. Oh, buddy.
I got a whole lot downstairs, dude.
I did want to mention for Echo Park this weekend, as we kind of go into that topic of other NASCAR or motorsports related news. Like Adam said, Echo Park does have a new tire this weekend from Goodyear themselves. So they go, quote, Goodyear will bring a new right side tire for this weekend's NASCAR Cup Series race at EchoPark Speedway, aligning the construction with the Goodyear Racing Eagle tires used at other tracks of the same length. The new right side tire will be paired with the same left side tire that has raced at Atlanta since 2023. And then they go on to say, since the track was repaved and reconfigured to become a super speedway in 2022, it has had an extremely smooth surface and does not create much tire wear. They say that O'Reilly and truck teams will run the same Goodyear Racing Eagle tire setups as they have at the track since 2022. So some info there. So tires will once again be a little bit a part of the conversation for the Cup Series this weekend.
I hope this... not a one-to-one comparison, but I hope this goes well, and maybe they want to bring a softer tire to Daytona in August.
Try something.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, because
think about the heat of the track as well in August at Daytona too. Like softer tire, that'd be kind of fun and or dangerous.
And just the natural aging of the track surface. Like I think this weekend, honestly, I think we're gonna not see a traditional hot Atlanta race. I think it's gonna be kind of old school. Whose car is going to handle the best, especially for O'Reilly. Those races have been fun to watch because they get so spread out.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and even Cup at Atlanta has gotten pretty spread out in the past, like especially like in the past like 2 seasons. I mean, we've seen the more broken up packs that are more akin to vintage super speedway racing. So I'm excited. It's top 3 track on the schedule. for
Yeah.
sure.
It's
So
crazy how quick that surface is aging.
Yeah.
Yes.
and them
It's like it's
harsh
taking more
Atlanta
time
summers
to
and
get-
winters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy,
It's
oh
gonna be
boy.
it's gonna be a banger weekend, guys.
I'm excited. We have a doubleheader for Trucks and O'Reilly on Saturday. So get ready for that. Again, they are racing on the same day. Heads up. Remember that. And then,
Well,
of course,
They've only been
we
doing it the
hope
last
they're
11
racing on the
years.
same day.
just as a
hope-
heads up.
Yeah, we hope they are. The weather might
Come on.
Don't-
Come
hey,
on.
boo.
It's AM rain. It's
Boo.
in
You know
the
what?
morning. It'll be
Ohio
fine.
State put it on too.
I know.
Here's what I'm going to do.
Corey Heim,
if
Austin
the-
Hill doubleheader.
What?
There we go.
Oh,
I had
are
a
you
rain
testing the
delay.
graphics for our rain delay live stream?
Oh,
Wow.
that hurts.
Never.
Wow. We're just bringing all the bad
Wasn't
bad
expecting
luck
a
and
shower on
vibes.
live television or whatever we're on.
We love new graphics. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
We can try them out. I did want to kind of throw a curveball into the stream, and I've thought about this as the stream has gone on, and we're just going to do this. Is there a topic that each of you gentlemen would like to discuss? We'll go around, talk about a topic. We have like 5 to 10 minutes per topic. Anything you guys want to talk about in regards to motorsports?
No.
You sure you want me to go?
You know
We're
what?
opening the door for the spiders.
Hey,
Slammed it.
hey, we got what 30-ish minutes left of this stream, and I figured, you know what? Let's just chat. Anything you guys want to talk about in the comments too, let us know. I mean, anyone have something pressing they want to discuss? I know, Buddy, you said, are you sure about this? Did you have something pressing that you're like is on your mind
Oh.
that you want to talk about?
No, I'm gonna save face.
Ooh, he's gonna
Y'all come back to
refrain.
me.
I have something if no one else does.
Oh, please,
for it.
Ben, go ahead.
I think this is going to be a breakout year for Legacy Motor Club.
I like
think
Legacy
this is
Motor
gonna-
Club.
Like Legacy Motorcycle Club, I think is going to have a really good year. They have their new alliance with Gibbs, and I feel like, and obviously it's one race. We can't really base a lot off of one race, but I could see them making some noise in at least one of those two cars being close to this chase cutoff, if not in it. I think it's going to be an interesting year for them. I know obviously Jimmy Johnson talked about how they're going to, it sounds like they're going to officially expand to 3 full-time cars next year. Whoever's in that is up for debate at this point. Apparently Buddy has an opinion or an answer to that.
I have a
one.
thought. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You can share. It's fine.
I was just gonna say, speaking of that third charter for Legacy Motor Club, did anybody else see the Reddit post that I
Yes.
put in the chat about Rick Ware Racing?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, can we talk about that for 5 minutes? Rick Ware is
Sure.
a genius. If
Let me
this
pull up
comes
the
to
Reddit.
fruition, yeah. Essentially, what it is, obviously, Rick Ware is leasing a charter to RFK. RFK is going to buy that charter. Rick Ware, owes a charter Legacy or something. He's got to sell that charter to Legacy. However, that mumbo jumbo works out with the lawsuit between them two, or if that's already settled, I don't know. Either way, Rick Ware's likely not gonna have, or likely gonna give up both their charters, but be the Dodge team. This is nothing's confirmed yet, obviously, but this is what kind of the
Tinfoil hat people.
tinfoil hat, but it makes a whole lot of sense because
Now,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say I have the Reddit up here if you would like me to read it.
Yes.
For full context. So the Reddit says that Rick Ware is a genius. Dodge is planning on coming to Cup in 2027. Apparently, there will be 4 new charters for a new OEM. Legacy is buying. This is kind of a recap of what Buddy's already said, but I just wanted to read it in full for you guys here. Legacy is buying a RWR charter. RFK needs to buy a third. RWR will sell both charters for 2027. But they will also switch to Dodge, earning 1 to 2 charters and staying aligned with RCR, who will build engines for Dodge, who will also earn a third charter maxed out at 3. We all know Colleague will switch, and that gives them at least 1 extra charter maxed out at 3. So we will have at least 8 Dodges in 2027, an engine builder, and at least 3 different owners. Call me crazy. So again, this is all a legend. Nothing's confirmed, but this is the tinfoil hat kind of seeing through what is kind of playing out right now. So I just wanted to add that context.
No, for sure. I don't know if I still don't believe the Richard Childress going to Dodge rumors that we've heard. I don't believe that, but I do believe that, I mean, I don't just believe it. I'm pretty sure it's true that they're helping Dodge build that engine because, money talks. And that it makes more sense why Rick Ware switched over to Chevrolet in an alliance with who else? RCR. If that's their game plan, if that is really their game plan, I mean, good for Rick Ware, dude. That is a 5-year plan that he put in motion a long time ago.
This is one of those I'll have to see it to believe it.
Yeah.
Things like I don't.
It's very big brained.
Well, I also just don't trust Chrysler Corporation or Stellantis now to do anything right because they can't. They perpetually can't. They haven't been able to do anything right since the 80s with the invention of the K car platform. That's your deep automotive knowledge for the day. Like they can't do anything right. I mean, like, and a lot of my basis is off 2013 when they were like, or 2012 when they were like, we have a car, and then it's like, oh, Penske's leaving. All we have is Robbie Gordon, and then Robbie Gordon left, and it's like, oh, we have nothing. Like I won't believe it until I see a Rick Ware Dodge on track in 2027. So like, maybe they're right. Maybe Rick Ware's a genius. I don't know. I've never met the guy.
But even too, Ben, to go back to your point about Legacy Motor Club as well, though, like I think that they are going to have a good year. I hope they do. I mean, John Hunter Nemechek, how strong he was towards the end of last year, that made me feel pretty confident. I don't believe he's had a lot of changes to his team over the offseason, and having that chemistry going into this year, it helps. But yeah, as you also said too, it was race 1. So
buy Eric Jones stock now.
Yeah. Eric Jones is not on Fraud Watch. Oh wait, Ben, who's on Fraud Watch this year for you?
Oh, Fraud Watch.
Yeah, this is what I want to get confirmation on.
He literally put it in the comments.
He put it in the chat.
Zane
I have a suggestion.
Yes, buddy. We know you're going to say Connor Zilic.
You don't know that.
What are you going to say then? What are you going to say then? I want to know what you want to say.
Your silence will only incriminate you further.
What do you want to say?
See how Atlanta goes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but
anyways,
Zane Smith's on Fraud Watch. He's been on Fraud Watch for a while.
3 years.
Yeah, he's never leaving. It's the best part. I'm trying to.
The ride never ends.
It's the best part.
He just keeps flipping at Kansas.
I could also like doubling down on the LMC stuff. I could also see them being frauds. Like it is a genuine 50-50 split. It just depends. Because I could totally see them doing like what they've done the past 2-3 years now, which has been we start off the season and we don't know, like, are we making toasters? Are we like building like shower heads? Oh, we're a race team. And then they figure out we're a race team again. And then like by halfway through the season, they're like, we're running top 20 now. You know, like I could totally see that being a thing as well.
Oh yeah.
Zilic is to be determined. Like I'm not saying he's going to go out and win 5 races, but I'm also like he's going to be treading water. I feel like this year at the end of the day, no matter what. Like he's a rookie in a car and he's running full time, and like this is a big deal for him. So I think it'll be interesting to see that. I think this may be a hot take, and I'm sorry to buddy. I'm sorry to your mother. I think Daniel Suarez is red alert fraud watch now. Like I think this is do or die. And I think we can all agree upon that it is do or die.
You got to answer to Sarah, not me.
That's fine. She'll yell at me next time I see her, and it's okay. That's fine. I can live with that demon in my life. I don't know. I think there's a few. It's tough to tell the point system. Like I think a few guys could definitely be exposed this year, especially.
Yeah.
Alex Bowman's probably also on Fraud Watch now. Dom's like, yeah. Alex, like I feel like, and is this the last year of his contract? Is that what I've been reading?
Better
right?
be.
Get over it. He's gonna make the chase. Everything will be okay.
Sure, but like
he'll be right around there in points with Joey Logano, and so that'll be that. So.
That's your fraud watch list for 2026, and you can someone clip that, and then you can bring it back in November and call me an idiot, and I will be like, yeah, no, I knew I was an idiot when I said these things too. It's okay. So.
I'm gonna have the real conversation.
Oh,
Connor Zilic is not on fraud watch. It's just we have to come down off this high. We have to get real with this kid. I'm not saying yes, we do. Until he proves something in the Cup Series, we should not be ready to give him the key to the Bill France Cup, which is what people are doing. And it's just we gotta come back to reality. He's a rookie that's coming from Xfinity to Cup, just like every other superstar that we've deemed the next Jeff Gordon. And it's just we got to be real with it, because I'm
Kyle
sick
Larson
of
2.5 years to do it.
exactly.
It's
And
gonna take time.
And he
exactly,
was the chosen
that's
one
what
when
I'm
he came in.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
I hear you.
It's I just people's expectations of him are too high, and in a way, I low key feel bad for him, because if he goes out and has a crap year this year, I mean, dude, I mean the way people have been talking about him, they're gonna be like, oh man, we're wrong about him. Like,
I don't think that.
I don't know, dude. I've seen Ty Gibbs year one when he didn't produce. People jumped off the ship, and he was, whatever.
Well, there's other reasons that people jumped off the Ty Gibbs ship, per se. But I'm even like, I don't think if he goes winless this year, which I don't think he will. I have predicted him to win a race this year. If he goes winless, I would genuinely think oh, he just had a tough year as a rookie.
Yeah.
I'm not jumping off the Connors.
That would be okay. That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
that needs to be the general consensus, and that's not what I'm saying.
I've seen enough out of him. I've seen more out of him to feel confident about him than I did Ty Gibbs, than I did Carson Hocevar, than I did to some degree Eric Jones.
It takes time for these rookies to really get into their results. It takes time.
It does. So
Austin Cindric, another name too.
Wow.
Well, more so before he started knocking off wins and then got more consistent. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just my thoughts.
I don't know. I don't foresee him doing a whole lot that would necessarily. He might be impressive to some people, but I don't see him doing lighting the absolute world on fire like I feel like he is being hyped up to do. And,
yeah. That's
so
fair.
Here's what I think is going to happen. Kyle Busch is going to leave RCR at the end of this year.
Oh yeah, that's
I see that.
Yeah.
RCR is going to give the 8 to Junior Motorsports, and Dale Jr. is going to run the 500 in the 8 car.
He's not running the 500.
All right, bookmark
He
it.
wants him to run the 500.
Hold on.
He's not running the 500.
Hold on.
He's not running the 500.
I will be okay with this reality if we also bring back the RCR 31.
I mean, I feel like they would do that.
I believe Mike Skinner coming out of retirement.
I feel like they bring back the 33 before the 31 full time, but
either the 31 or the 33.
I want the 31.
Yeah.
I want it to be 2006 so bad. I need air.
This is fair.
Hell, bring back the 07.
If you call singular, you're going to get a busy tone because there ain't nobody there.
Yeah.
Dang.
That was good. That was so good.
Now, I do want to clarify this because, or maybe add some context to this, because on the Dale Jr. download, Dale made a mention of his wife Amy was like, maybe you should run the 500 next year. Maybe you should just do it. And now everyone's like, are we going to see it happen? And everyone's blown it out of proportion. Toby Christie, good friend, Toby Christie of TobyChristie.com.
Friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod. Let's go. He tweeted, he goes, all right, is Dale Jr. engagement farming, or do we think we will actually possibly see him driving a Junior Motorsports entry? And Dale actually responded to this. And he goes, I only wanted folks to know Amy wasn't to blame for my retirement back in the day. I felt she got some unnecessary blame back then. I won't be racing Cup, but she's not the reason. So let me
backtrack. Kyle Busch still leaves RCR.
Yes. Yes.
And then the rest we can decide what happens from there.
I wouldn't be against a world where he leaves and then RCR gives the 8 back to Junior Motorsports, but then All Guy runs the 8 instead of the 40.
I like that.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
You ready for some tinfoil hat stuff to add to that?
All right.
Please.
All right. So RCR, they give the 8 to Junior. Junior gets in with a Dodge Charter.
Whoa, that's
That's-
that's not even 10
He drove a
Fine.
Ford once. He did
Dude,
drive a Ford once.
No, that's actually impossible.
dude. No, no.
I'm not saying Junior's going to drive it, but that would
You
be a
can-
quick golden horseshoe straight to the show.
No,
That-
you can go ahead and put that tinfoil in the microwave. Like that's
Put it in the tin, put it with the
If they do
microwave.
that, if they
or
do that, the O'Reilly
temperature
team will
for
crumble because Chevy will drop all of their funding,
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
and they'll just go straight out of business.
Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
Hey, I'm here for crazy, I guess.
I don't. In all seriousness, I don't want Dale Jr. back in Cup. Like
No,
I
I
don't.
agree.
Yeah, I don't
If,
like.
if Junior was to come back to Cup, I would rather see him at the 600 than at the 500.
No, because he'd run worse at the 600, and
true.
at least there would be some nostalgia to him running the Daytona 500. I just don't. I'm over these guys coming out of retirement.
Okay, look, I
Like,
want to see him in person. I don't want to have to drive all the way to Daytona.
Yeah.
it's not that far. Hop on 95. Be all right.
Hey, next year we do an ATYL Media road trip to the Daytona 500.
Oh my
Drop
God, are
like-
you paying?
Yeah.
Find a sponsor, drop
What?
like.
We're getting paid?
Hey, if
I'll
anyone
be at the
wants
500
to
next year,
trip,
but
yeah.
I won't.
okay.
But hey,
Alright.
maybe you will, Ben.
Probably not. Let's be
But he's
real.
going to be
here.
the
I'm
one guy
poor.
there booing Jimmy Johnson.
And Jimmy Johnson's
Actually,
final cup start, by the
I
way.
actually am fine with Jimmy Johnson. I
Boom,
don't want
confetti.
Junior back in the Cup Series unless it's like night Daytona or Bristol Night Race.
Okay, yeah, actual facts.
But I don't think he'll do either of them. But like
No,
if he
I don't.
came back for a one-off, like one of those two would be fine by me. But
Hell, I want to see Dale Jr. in the truck.
I think
No.
there is a possibility we see Dale Jr. racing during Speedweeks next year, just not at Daytona.
oh, so
New
New Smyrna. Is that what we're
a
thinking?
modified and open
No.
wheel.
Put him
I
in
think,
a mod.
I think
Modified on
he,
the backstretch. Let's go.
it's he owns a series that has been eyeing the New Smyrna for
All right,
World.
we can
So-
scratch off the bingo card. Buddy talks about the Cars tour randomly.
series
off
is
the
that,
bingo
buddy?
card.
Yeah.
Thank you. Dude, you got all the buddy bingos. You
Hating
got
on Connor
the
Zillage.
hating on Connor Zillage. You got the talking about the Cars tour, and then talking about my mom being a Daniel Suarez fan. That's like
Now we're
the
missing
holy
one.
trinity.
Oh, we have
of-
a free
This
space, and there
one.
we go. Bingo.
We're
Yeah.
missing one. No,
Connect
nope,
four.
missing.
Hey, no
There's-
way.
Happy has not appeared or have been mentioned.
Oh
We're missing
man,
one.
Yeah, so hasn't happened.
can we actually genuinely
He's so many.
get happy over
Come
here?
here. Happy.
We genuinely need to make a bingo card just for these streams.
Oh, I will.
We can add to the lore. Ben, if you want to do it,
I'll
please
it.
do.
I got nothing better to do for my
Wait,
life.
are we having like personalized bingo cards or just like an ATYL live bingo card?
Just
Hey.
a general.
Just a general one, yeah. And we can all make our own depending on what we think. Maybe we can share them with the audience ahead of our live streams. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Here's
And-
here's a fun question.
Yeah, Dom.
Who won best paint scheme of Speedweeks?
Ooh, good question.
I know that's why I asked it.
Hey,
I feel like you have to throw in the conversation the Bobby Dale Earnhardt 89 car that he ran in the ARC race.
yeah.
It's all- an Earnhardt throwback
consider that
race.
honorable mention.
Yeah.
It just
I
looked weird to me with the 89.
Yeah.
But
And it looked
Um,
great.
Well, it's weird.
Man.
'Cause- well, never mind. Go ahead.
honestly, dude, I think the Justin Allgaier car. I don't.
40?
That was just a good look. It was just a
The
clean
Travelers
car.
or
Nothing.
the-
The
Yeah.
Traveler's car. Just nothing incredible about it. It was just a very clean
Popped.
race
It's
car.
pretty.
Yeah, it's a good looking car.
Yeah, the high visibility colors really made it pop.
Yeah. Dom's got cataracts, guys.
He thinks.
Yes.
I mean, also shout out to I liked Michael McDowell's game, the Moto Casino with the eagle on the hood. I thought that was fun. It's a little busy, but I thought it was
liked
fun.
it too.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
definitely liked
Watched all the content, you guys.
Hold on, I'm
Big
scrolling
fan.
through the
Thanks,
podcast.
Adam.
Not the podcast. I'm scrolling through all of the 21 car was really cool. Having the David Pearson tribute.
That
Oh,
that was
yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
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 it. Oh, it's cool.
Good shout.
Um,
The Advent Health 43 was clean.
I was
like
gonna
this-
say
Always
that
clean.
that scheme this year, like crispy,
It's
like
very
I'm probably
good.
gonna buy the diecast because like that's a good
Okay.
one. So.
Dude, I honestly could like Tosavar's Spectrum car. I hate Spectrum as a company, but like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't mind his IKEA Best Buy Silverado.
I liked
Yeah.
it.
Just
did.
the
Silverado.
wildest monster pairing in the history of the truck series, but
The Spectrum car is weird because it's not purple and it throws me because I'm used to Spectrum being purple.
Purple. I've never seen Spectrum.
They're
be
like purple in our
I
area.
like
Oh,
I
weird.
liked Haley's Celsius truck. I thought it was
Yeah,
Sorry.
all the Dodge Ram trucks,
Yeah.
all the Ram trucks look good. The Austin
Chrome.
Dillon, Kevin Harvick wannabe
That
is
looks
a good looking car.
yeah.
looks good.
Honorable mention the Chef Boyardee car because when you put a
Oh,
big
yes.
photo of your product on the side of the car, I automatically call you a dub. So
I
Facts.
love Chef.
Brian Priest's car, by the way. I love this. I loved
yeah.
everything about this.
The numbers really tie it together.
Yeah.
The number, yeah.
It grew on me at the beginning of the week. I kind of thought that's a little silly, but no, it looked hot.
Dude, honestly, the Chumba Casino car is not bad looking. Like,
Yeah.
It's fun.
I don't
won
mind
the
it.
race,
Yeah.
buddy.
Oh, really?
That's our cue. Wrap it up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's insane. Hey, can we talk about this? It's my favorite thing to talk about. Why does Connor Zilch get to drive the Tootsie's car this weekend? He's not 21.
Oh, so can
I had to show my ID. My mom, who was damn near 70 years old when she walked into that club, had to show her ID. 19 years old and gets to drive a damn car?
Just because he's
Well-
got Tootsies on the car doesn't mean you got
Doesn't mean
Tootsies
you got
in the
Tootsies
car.
Can I-
You
I
know
want to
what?
add context to this
Never mind.
because
Case closed.
Buddy was so pressed about this that he sent me and Toby Christie on our road trip back from Daytona
did.
a voice memo about this very thing.
He sent you a voice memo?
Oh, I did.
A
I did.
voice memo, yes.
Well, you guys don't understand, and we're gonna go down a rabbit hole here because
Let's
why
not.
No, I mean, I bought a Tootsie's like baseball jersey thing from the Trackhouse Hauler a couple years ago, and it's like one of my favorite motorsports articles of clothing I own. And this year I was like, damn, like I hope SVG runs it because I want to wear it. And then I was like, Russ is cool. I'm like, at least Connor won't run it because he's only 19.
Man,
Yeah,
man.
can't have crap in this world, dude.
I predict that by the end of the season, buddy, you will like Connor Zillich. I think you're gonna have a change of heart.
No. No. I'm real with the people. Like I said on Below the O Line, which you guys should go listen to. It was a great show. And anybody listening should call into the show anytime. Really, the line's always open. I wanted him to win the Xfinity Championship. As much as I have personal gripes with him, he absolutely 100% deserved that Xfinity Championship, and I was heartbroken for him that he did not win it. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to put aside my, reasonable personal disdain for Connor Zillich.
I mean,
I'll give him his flowers. He does
fine.
good things. I'll tell him he does good things.
I will say, by the way, speaking of calling Below the Yellow Line, the number is on your screen to call when we have the next episode, just so you all know. That is the number you should call, 336-560-2895. Buddy and or Sal will post a graphic.
The fourth caller will win free tickets to the rock show down at Manchester Music Hall tonight at 8.
Oh, so make sure to call in next time. We have a race and they do an episode of the show. It's always a fun time. Always interesting calls too. So
Yes, fantastic.
Before we end the stream, I didn't want to end it on a downer, on a kind of sad note. But I would be remiss if we did not mention that this is the 25th anniversary of the loss of Dale Earnhardt. Yeah, three for Dale. I just wanted to say the memory I have from this weekend that sticks in my brain so vividly is I've never heard a track quieter. I mean, you might have like a moment of silence sometimes out of track, and you might hear some whispers and chatters here and there. But on the third lap this past weekend for the Daytona 500, nobody said a word, and it was very powerful. It was really, really cool. But just wanted to mention there, Andrew Higginbottom on X had posted photos. he went by DEI today. The flag that they have there was at half staff and remembrance. They had 25 candles. Posted some photos in the lobby. I want to share this on the screen real quick so y'all can see it. But yeah, I've seen a lot of cool posts today about remembering Dale. Obviously, you're seeing some guys that maybe he used to race against, or some folks in the industry post stories or post photos. But I thought this was really neat to see kind of what DEI did, and that there were fans that were able to kind of go there today and pay tribute to Dale. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think, Adam. I guess you and were the only ones. Well, Ben, never mind. All of us, everybody but Taylor, pretty much was around to see Dale Earnhardt, or around that time when Dale passed. And I mean, it was like the first time I ever recognized like death as a thing in my life. I was 4 years old, and like it's still to this day, even like not necessarily growing up watching Dale Earnhardt, but growing up in an Earnhardt household, I mean, it still hits hard today. The moments like this. I mean, oh gosh, the documentary they put out, we lost Dale Earnhardt. That got me, good. And
I was gonna say I only watched, not in a bad way, I only watched the parts with Mike Helton and Ryan McGee and the TV side, because I feel like we've heard drivers talk about it in some ways too, but like hearing Ryan McGee talk about like what the sport would look like with Dale Earnhardt if he'd lived, like, was crazy to hear about, and just the influence he actually had on the sport. So like, yeah, it's just crazy to think about now, like what is now and what could have been. So
I did want to shout out that Dom actually, I mean, he wrote a really good article about the 25th anniversary of Dale, how the sport looked different, how it looks different now versus when it was back then. And so definitely give that a read, abovetheline.com, not to do like a plug during this time, but it is a great read. As we, remember Dale 25 years later. Yeah. I was born in 2000. I don't have any memories of watching Dale race. So sorry to make you guys maybe either feel old or whatever. I don't know. But even too, like, even if you weren't around to watch Dale race, the impact he had on the sport. And it's cool to see, Dale Jr. carrying on, his dad's legacy and doing really big things in the sport. And it's been really neat to, as this anniversary has come up, see all the documentaries about Dale and people talk about him. And so I thought that was really neat. But yeah, just wanted to make sure that we definitely noted that. Also a big shout out to Fox as well. Somebody mentioned it here in the chat, but Fox had a beautiful tribute to Greg Biffle as well ahead of the Daytona 500. It was very, very well done. So just wanted to mention those things. But gentlemen, anything else before we end the ATYL live show this evening?
Let's talk about something happy.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's bingo.
There we go. Happy the cat has joined the stream.
Big boy made an appearance.
Sorry,
I'm Happy. Do you have?
We're at the home studio.
Does Happy have any opinions on fuel saving?
Come on, meow cat.
Okay, all right.
His silence.
No.
Nothing
Wow.
good to say. You don't.
Nothing good. Exactly. Hey, I taught him well. I raised him well. You don't have nothing
That's
nice
fair.
to say. Don't say anything at all.
This is fair.
Yeah.
This is fair.
Brother.
Well, all right, everyone. It was so lovely. It was so lovely to see you all in the chat. Thanks for tuning in for another ATYL live show. Again, of course, in this show, broke down everything that happened in Daytona. Preview was coming up at EchoPark Speedway this weekend. Of course, want to thank Benzik Designs and all of our lovely partners for sticking with us throughout all of this and for helping you all display your diecast in such fun and cool ways. Of course, thanks to the panel this evening, Ben, Buddy, Dom, and Adam, for sticking around to chat. And thank you all again for tuning in. This has been such a fun show, and we'll be back at it again next week, wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify here, and of course on the abovetheline.com website, where we have fantastic articles, previews, recaps, and all of the ATYL media shows from above the yellow line to below the yellow line, for laps with IndyCar, track limits with F1, and of course on tour, Nitro Nation, the Midwestern goodbye, you guys. Just making sure you all know the shows that we have here at ATYL Media, covering all of your favorite motorsports series. Thank you all so much again for tuning in. Happy 2026 season. It is well underway. And we will chat after EchoPark. See y'all. Bye.